Holy cow! That was my Harry Carey impression for anybody that didn't know what that was. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Sunday night. It's after 6, and I promised you it would be 6-ish, so I did not lie to you this week. Welcome to the A2Z program. I am your host. I'm Arick Zant. I'm the man, the myth, the legend in his own mind. But in my mind, there's lots of cool things, so stay tuned. Anyway, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in last week with Jader. I know Jader and I went on and on and on about metal bands, and we only got to number 5. We'll get back to Jader. Jader's coming back for a special episode, so don't worry about that. We'll be talking metal. We'll be talking thrash. We'll be getting into all that good stuff. But tonight, we're back with the one and only, the man behind the A2Z Central Intelligence Agency. He's the man behind the keyboard. He's the man behind the control panel. He's probably behind here, and I don't even know it. But ladies and gentlemen, may I give you the Sunday debut of Producer Dave. Producer Dave, oh my goodness.
What is up, AZ? It's been a good minute.
It has, man. You've been through the ringer, man. You had the scourge, the pandemic scourge, and then you had some stuff going on, some stuff you had, life stuff. But
yeah, mainly work stuff.
Work. I should have said work. I said work. I was being general.
I'm trying to be, not trying to put my business out there. It's okay. I understand.
Yeah. I was just trying to be, trying to keep it real. Yeah. No, but Dave, can I just give them? I don't have to tell them where, but can I tell them what your line of work is?
Absolutely.
So for those of you that don't know, Producer Dave he works for the tourism industry. Specifically the liners and vacations that go in and out of probably the port of Miami, I would guess. So he's involved with that. So next time you get on the Pacific Princess or the Farachi 4-liner, please just kind of look around and give Dave a little love, because he probably had something to do with you getting on there and getting straight and getting everything good. So that's what Dave does. But Dave, we got a great show tonight. Would you agree or disagree?
I would absolutely agree. I think we're going to come back strong.
This is like, what I equate the magnitude of this to? I equate the magnitude of this to that meteor that hit the Earth and that killed the dinosaurs. I got a feeling that like 3 or 4 species of extinct moth are gonna die tonight. And I did a play on words so people don't get mad at me for like, he's gonna kill bugs. Next thing you know, I'll have the entomology whatever on me. And I see we have some folks already tuning in and saying what's up. We got the boss. Boss, what's up? Yo, yo, yo.
The boss chiming in from his brunch with Bunker today.
Yeah, I heard, Dave, speaking of that, I heard it went very well. I heard that they had blood sausage and Scottish whiskey for brunch today.
And then we got Sam chiming in.
Sam, what's up? Sam, how is it on the mountain? But anyway, Dave, a couple of things. Tree huggers, yeah, Sam's right. Dave, real quick, lately in the news, it's been about a month now, probably been a little longer than a month. We're getting this disclosure issue going on with, the Pentagon says that they know that there's extraterrestrial life, and this pilot gets on, this Navy pilot says, I have seen this, and it's been documented, and they were classified. Then this other guy gets on, 60 Minutes Australia, think he was a real astronaut, and says, I've seen this, and, I had a couple drinks, saw a couple things, and like, so this UFO thing is getting some traction, okay? Now, Dave, where do you stand? First of all, I'll ask you this first. Is there intelligent life out there somewhere?
I believe there is.
You believe there is. Now, are we seeing aliens? And all these guys, these military guys, these flyboys, these, Ethel and Henry driving home from the ice cream stand, getting abducted. Is this really happening?
I don't want to say yes. I mean, a lot of these guys have been through a lot of they've seen a lot of things, let's say.
Yeah.
And we really don't know where their head is at. We also don't know if they're just trying to, get out there and just say things to say things and have people, give them their 15 minutes of fame. So I don't want to say yes or no. For me, it's more of a, all right, show me something. I don't want to hear your story.
I agree. And I'll go halfway with them because when they're flying at like 60 miles in the air, and I know there's probably shit up there that we could never imagine. Probably not anything unusual, but things that normal people wouldn't see. Weather or, maybe like satellites or something going on. But Dave, is it feasible to think that some of these vessels and ships and UFOs, for lack of a better term, I don't think there is a better term than UFO, is there? So it's probably other craft, like Earth-made craft that they just don't know about. Could that be possible?
It could be. I mean,
yeah.
We're no one's tracking everything.
Yeah,
so who knows what it is?
That's like everybody thinks, the COVID shot is got a tracking amulet in it, and when you play Magic the Gathering or something, you're automatically going to win. And so I don't know. That's just I made that up. I made that whole thing up. But Dave, we always we have a tradition here that's been handed down to us from the legend himself, David Letterman. It's called the Top 10. And David, this week we have, David, what do we have? What do we have for the viewers this week for a top 10?
This week, we have the top 10 most dangerous places in the world.
Oh, my gosh. How much do you bet that one of them is Harpersville, New York? It's not funny. I shouldn't have made that joke because you want to hear something? And thank goodness for the and I'll go out and extend this. I'd like to thank the New York State Police, the Broome County sheriffs, for the wonderful job they did, because this past week we had an active shooter who shot a police officer in Harpersville, and he went on the run, and they actually found him. But the combined efforts of those two police forces apprehended him within the next day, and it was without incident. The trooper that got shot, I believe, was released the next day. So it was non-fatal, non-life-threatening, but still, it's scary. But yeah, so kudos to the New York State Police and the sheriffs. Thank you for protecting us. Thank you for serving. I don't misconstrue my whatever, because they're doing their job. They're protecting us. This is what they do. Not all cops are bad. I know some cops are bad, but not all cops are bad. These guys apprehended a dangerous criminal, and they did me and everybody else a service. So they need to be commended for that. So thank you, New York State Police. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate you. So yeah, that joke probably I shouldn't have said Harpersville was dangerous, because it actually was. Like, people were in their homes and they couldn't leave. Oh, who cares? It's funny.
It's been like that. I mean, I know down here we've had I know you and Jader kind of went over it a tiny bit last week's show, that there was a shooting right by where Jader was at. And it's been happening a lot lately, at least down here in good old South Florida. That's been a lot of reports, and it's like, what is going on? Like, what are people doing now that they think, now that everything's open, you don't got to wear a mask, you have a vaccine, let's revert back to that? Like, no.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's like, they're kicking the saloon doors in and, like, walking in going, give me a sarsaparilla. Like, well, we don't serve them. We have, like, green tea. And they get all mad and stuff, and they pull the gun out. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's dumb. People, be responsible with your guns. And if you fear that someone near you or that is having issues mentally and they have weapons, please try your best to calm or help that person, because, man, we don't want these shootings anymore. We don't need people dying anymore. We don't need kids getting shot anymore. We don't need police officers getting shot anymore. We need anybody getting shot. And I know it's inevitable that there's good and that there's bad, but you know what? We can shift that balance a little bit if we have to. But you know who makes the difference, Dave? Do you know who makes the difference? You, me, you, and everybody. We all got to do our part. We all got to do our part. Now, and on the heels of that, David, on the heels of the mean streets of Miami, on the heels of the rough
Well,
hills of Harpersville.
but before, wait, I'm gonna cut you off for 1 second.
Oh, go
I'm
ahead. Go
going
ahead.
To hop out for 1 second, and I'll be right back. That I was just told something that I'm gonna attempt something because I'm being yelled at about my lighting. So one moment,
Oh.
you entertain the audience.
I will keep you covered, Dave, and I will keep everything strict. So, anyway, as Dave fixes the ambiance in his attaché apartment, if I can evoke a little, what do Belgians, Flemish? Anyway, there's some other stuff going on here. So it's not just like top officials and army and what am I trying to say? Armed services people, like the people that have seen extraterrestrials. It's actually more people are seeing things like that than normal us common folk, like not just Captain Picard and Han Solo and all those guys. It's so this guy in Britain, he claims a UFO hovered over his house. Oh, I'm sorry, his car, and beamed a light at him after the Pentagon after the Pentagon report didn't rule out alien life. It was right after that happened. There's actually video for this, but I'm not going to show you. I'll just read you a little bit. Jose Caradega says he was spotted the mysterious craft in Cape Coral, Florida. In Florida. I'm sorry, Florida, man. And ahead of the release of the bombshell, the Pentagon report into alien life. So coincidentally, it linked up with this. And this guy's serious. Like if you see the pictures of this guy, he's not. And I'm being serious. I'm not trying to pick on him. He looks like he's dead serious in what he's saying. So he told a local news station the light began to separate into two and then came back together. It was a black diamond with lights on the side and one red light towards the center, not all the way to the back of the craft. And he's like, holy shit, that's a UFO. So basically what I'm trying to say is that it's not just the government and it's not just the Army and the naval aviators. Everybody's seeing UFOs. So there we go. The boss says UFO real, COVID not real. You got it. Thank you, boss. That profoundly said and eloquently put. There is no COVID. That never existed. The shot has a what did I call it, Dave?
Like a microchip.
A micro. You have a tracking amulet. I said amulet. You have a tracking amulet, a miniature size one, like the GI Joes used to get, and that's what you got inside. So soon as you go get coffee in the morning, they're like, "Oh no, he's using too much creamer. No, shut him down." So they change you, and next thing you wake up in like the lingerie section at Macy's, and you're like, "What am I doing here? I just had Crispix for breakfast." So anyway, Dave, how's the lighting? Are you done getting chastised by the higher power?
I hope so. I mean, I think it looks a little bit better. I basically turned on every single light. The problem is because of the time we're doing it, I have a lot of light behind me. So with the light behind me, my face gets darker. But when it's not, or if I move somewhere else in the room, it won't be that bad. But I'm right now in this position.
Dave, I can safely say that darker light, you're a handsome man. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter either way. So, yes, boss. Crispus is one of my favorites, too. The problem is, boss, I get a box of Crispix, which I haven't in a while. Because I love cereal, and Lauren's yet to come into that world because like every time we go shopping, we get all this other shit, and I never get cereal because I forget about it. But Crispix, I'll eat the whole goddamn box because it's so good. Hey, if you get the shot and put a quarter to your arm, the quarter will stick to your arm. Oh, Sam!
Wow.
Oh, I can make cards disappear. I don't know. That's. Sam and I were having fun with that the other day. Excuse me, Mountain Dew. No, that's okay. I'm not going to die yet.
All right, ready to get started with the top 10?
I am ready, Dave. Why don't I shut the hell up and get moving with this top 10 because I'm just. Oh, Farachi's got me going here. After you lick the quarter, Jesus Christ. Okay. Here is everybody. Here's AZ's top 10. And Dave, the most dangerous places in the world. And we will start the countdown with, well, if my PC wants to work.
Nope.
So, Dave, I'll give a little intro to this and uh, give me a comment quick. What do you? I'm gonna. This is the top 10 most dangerous places in the world. Like this is anywhere to visit, to live, anything. These are the top 10. Now, when I say that, what region in the world immediately comes to your mind? What do you think of first? When I say that, where do you think?
For me, I would have to say just because I am Hispanic, it would
Mm-hmm.
probably have to be somewhere in South America
Mm-hmm.
would be my first thought.
That's fair. Me myself, and I'm not trying to be anything whatever, but I'm German. I think Germany because my parents came from, or my parents and grandparents came from Germany under the Third Reich, which it was a dangerous place, and they were assholes and awful people. But Germany isn't a bad place anymore. But I just don't like Germany. So like, and it's just a I'm spiteful. I'm sure German people are nice, but I think either that or like the Middle East, of course, because that's been indoctrinated into us throughout the news and everything else.
That's very true.
Not that I believe all about that, but that's what comes to my mind. But I'm sorry for the German people watching. I don't hate you. I just have a resentment, and one day I'll get over it. Maybe I won't. So, Dave, let's get started. The top 10 most dangerous places in the world, and number 10. Not far off from what I expounded on a minute ago, the Gaza Strip. Yes, that is the number 10 most dangerous place to live in the world. It says a 25-mile stretch of land home to around 1.8. Okay, wait a minute, Dave. Wait a minute, Dave. A 25-mile stretch of land that is home to 1.8 million people.
Wow.
It is one of the most
That's
densely.
very
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go. What were you gonna say? It's
No, I was gonna say that's a lot of people for just that
dude.
seems like such a tiny area.
25 miles. That's like from here to Binghamton to me. That's like what? I mean, Miami. You could go. What? That's like what? Just a neighborhood. Like
Yeah, like from where I'm at, 25 miles would be, let's say, North Miami, almost
so.
by
Yeah,
Fort Lauderdale.
dude. A 25-mile stretch. Well, to be fair, Manhattan is 9 miles long and 3 miles wide or something, or a mile and a half, 2 miles wide, and it's home to a million people or whatever. But everybody knows downtown New York, whatever. But like 1.8 million people, densely populated, and it's Gaza Strip and West Bank. So although there's no longer Israeli occupation, it's still under strict border control. The Israeli army will raid you within counter areas and to counter Hamas terrorists, and they have support of Arabic nations. I'm not going to go on about the conflict in the Middle East, but the Gaza Strip is a frontier that is susceptible to shootings and airstrikes, while police facilities and public structures are often sites of both terrorism and Israeli operations on a larger scale. Wow. So basically, Dave,
Airstrikes?
airstrikes. So basically, Dave, when you want to go down, well, after you get out of work and you want to go down and get an Italian ice or like a popsicle, you are in danger of the corner store you're going to getting hit with a missile. That's oh my God. No,
That's
thank you.
insane.
That's crazy.
Like, you have to look on both. You can't just be like, oh, let me look up and be fine. Nope. You can
No.
come from there too.
No, and you got to what the fuck? That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. And you know what? I want to share. Okay, I'm going to try here. I'm going to try to share the screen. Let me. I'm going to show you the picture that came up when I was reading number 10. It was. This is crazy because I'll show you. I'll show you the here. This is the picture that came up, the Gaza Strip. This is the picture on it. Am I sharing? Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is the picture. That's the picture that they show with the Gaza Strip. It's like, oh, this is the 10th most dangerous place in the world. A gigantic bomb going off in the background. All those buildings. Oh, that's absolutely terrible. Makes you glad that we have we live in the kind of place that we do.
Very, very, very grateful.
Very much so. So number 9, Dave. That was number 10. Number 9 is now Natal in Brazil. Okay, Natal. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, and if I am, I apologize to my Portuguese friends. Is on Brazil's Atlantic coast. The city sites include beautiful beaches, historic sites, and shopping malls. It used to be among the best tourist destinations in South America, but in recent years, signs and hazards of the so-called suntown, eye-catching beaches have become a hub for robberies. In many cases, have been recorded oceanfront tourists. Muggers notice individuals and people with a camera and precious stuff, blackmailing at gunpoint, and robbery are some of the worst situations you could face. That's why authorities suggest you walk in a group or with a local person who has a better idea of what's going on. Police officers also harass tourists and take bribes from them with fake charges or violations of minor rules. So police officers are just going to walk up to you in that town in Brazil and say, like, no jaywalking, give me $100 or I'm going to arrest you. That's like a pirate town. I mean, come on, man. But it's funny you mentioned South America. There you go. There's one of them.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about bad things going on in Brazil. You just got to be careful because you never know. And they'll even get. I mean, I know that places, even in Europe, they do it where kids are the ones that are robbing you, and it's insane because you just think, oh, like,
Yeah.
a 5, 6 year old isn't gonna do any wrong, or is it gonna steal? And they're the first ones that their little hands get anywhere, and boom, you're like, "Where's my wallet? Where's my watch?"
What the hell happened? Is my car? Is my wife here? It's like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's bad. Brazil. You think of Brazil, you think of what, like Brazil nuts, soccer,
Carnival.
Carnival, Giselle Bundchen, whatever her name is she from Brazil? Oh, she's from Argentina. Whatever. But
You don't want to get those confused.
No, you don't want to get, because they get butthurt over that, because one, I think, speaks Spanish and one speaks Portuguese, correct?
Yeah, the Brazilians speak Portuguese.
Yeah, so I almost caused the war there. Anyway, that was number 9. Number 8, Dave, is Mogadishu. Now, I only know of this because of the news. I don't know much about it, so I'm going to read a little bit into this and so people understand it. It's international media often term Somalia as the most dangerous country in the world, which is surrounded by violence and war. It's a pirate hotspot. I just said that about Brazil. And these modern pirates kidnap people and demand ransom in exchange to release. Somalia's capital city, Mogadishu, seen in recent decades, has had war and lately has started healing slowly. Unfortunately, there's still unrest because of the Islamic militant group supported by Al Qaeda, and I'm not making this up, Al Shabaab, as pirates continue to terrorize the region. So there you go. You're going to go to Mogadishu in Somalia, which I'm not going to suggest a vacation to Somalia with my children, but I kind of know that Somalia is like a hotbed for bad activity, regardless of Islamic militant rule or not. Pirates don't give a fuck. They're going to rob you. They're going to steal. They're going to kidnap you. They're going to take everything you have, whatever the persuasion of faith or guideline they follow. It's just not. I mean, I don't think it's just related to Islamic militants. That's whatever. But what do you think of that, Dave? Somalia. You want to go to Somalia? Maybe buy some baseball cards?
I mean, it was on my bucket list, but it might just keep dropping down. I think I might rather deal with all the bugs and animals that can kill me in Australia before I go to Somalia.
Well, maybe I know what we could do, though. We should start a campaign. We should get a GoFundMe or a fundraiser going and have Bunker and Faraci do a tour, a speaking tour of Somalia, because I have a feeling after hearing both of them talk, nobody's going to want to do anything for about a month after that's done. They're going to be like, like, oh, my God.
I don't know. They might get picked up on Discovery Plus, something with Travel Channel.
They probably would.
The Adventures of
Bunker. Steve and Bunker tonight.
Or bunking around with, and then they're just going at different, places there in the Middle East.
Steve Faraci, what you say? Bunker and he are coming your way. Anyway, that's catching on. By the way, that's gonna be a thing. That's gonna hashtag Faraci Bunker. So anyway, Mogadishu, don't go to Mogadishu. Do not even think about going to Somalia. There are better parts of Africa that aren't as violent and are just as, if not more, beautiful. So anyway, Dave, number 7. Are you ready for number 7?
Absolutely.
And it is going to come to no shock to you that number 7 is Iraq. Or as like the hill people up here like to say, Iraq. So they really do. And hill people are people too. They just talk funny. So the country that's become one of the most dangerous places in the world since the Baghdad attack in 2003. It's been almost 15 years since the country's broken apart. Countless wars, corrupt politicians, and Islamic terrorists. Islamic terrorists again. I'm seeing a theme. Since 2012, large-scale assaults in Baghdad have been on the rise and full of brutality. They request tourists to stay out of this region. No kidding. I mean, is that on the fucking what's that review thing that you look up? Hotel. I mean, Travelocity. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah.
It's like
it's on Yelp.
It's on Yelp. That's what it is.
On Yelp.
It just says on Yelp, you look up Iraq, it just says in capital letters, stay the fuck away. That's all it says. Oh, my
0
God.
stars.
Yeah, and the publicity that Iraq has gotten, not from just the wars, but from Saddam Hussein, okay? From Saddam Hussein, from the countless wars, the wars we were involved in. I mean, what would give anybody the want? Other than like one of those hipster documentary people, or like a news reporter, or I don't know, somebody dealing in like black market diamonds, or I don't know, heroin. Like, what would make you want to go to Iraq? Like, honey, I hear Iraq's beautiful this year. It's autumn there. Shouldn't we go? It's like, come on, give me a break. I can't believe that somebody would write down there they discourage tourists. Really? I bet you Iraq's tourism is booming right now. Give me a break. Oh, my God. Who the hell wrote that? Kyle?
Sure tourism business is
That's something Kyle would write. Oh, but it's okay. Just go and watch a movie. I've been beating on Kyle bad lately. Oh, the poor kid. He's moving up to my area too, Dave, so I'm going to have a run-in with him.
I heard.
Yeah, Kyle. Welcome to New York, Kyle. Welcome to New York. Come upstate. But, Dave, that's number 7.
We have the boss chiming in, by the way.
What's the boss got? Just show them the final show, my final show, and that'll discourage anybody from going anywhere. Speaking of brutality, this show. I can't wait for Granny's peach tea. You know what? I appreciate that, boss, but you are never ever going to have. You're never going to laugh. You're never going to belly laugh, and you're never going to question your own sanity more than you will from watching this show. So while you want to watch Granny's Peach Tea, which I do too, I'm a fan. I'm a loyal supporter. I'm a faithful watcher. Ed's great. But the A to Z program, it's like comparing apples and peaches. Just not the same. Never going to cry more. Well, it's a good thing Bunker isn't far away. We'll have him do a wellness check on you later.
He
boss.
can cry on his shoulder.
Yeah, there you go. He probably has like the '86 Howard Johnson jersey. It's probably still he hasn't even washed it yet. It's probably got tears all over it anyway. But okay, so Dave, I'm gonna let you take a guess as to what number 6 is on the list. Now, keep in mind what you've already heard. You've heard Somalia, you've heard Brazil, you've heard Iraq, and you've heard what was the first? The Gaza Strip.
Gaza Strip.
So what would come to your mind as number 6? What do you think? What do you think is the 6th worst place to be in the world? Dangerous.
I'm seeing a little bit of a trend and more than the other. So I'm gonna say it's definitely in that Middle East region. I think you nailed it on the head there.
You're warm. You're extremely warm. In fact, you're hot.
I guess another country that we've gone toe to toe with lately. Afghanistan.
Oh, Dave, you did it! My God, how do you do this? Why am I so bad at it? Anyway, it is Afghanistan, specifically the Helmand province. And the Afghan war has become the longest conflict in the history of the United States. Not only has the war become more intense over time, but it's become more complex. How is it complex? You're either in a war or you're not. Let's not make it complicated, people. Assaults from all sides are getting bigger, more frequent, wider, and more destructive. Both powers, the Taliban, backed by all the regional, take a wild guess, Islamic terrorists, and the Afghan government, backed by the U.S. NATO, are trying to get the upper hand. You know what? I think war has been going on in that part of the world since people were walking there and doing anything. The first time somebody said hello over there, somebody probably got pissed off and threw a rock through his hut or whatever they were back then. Like, what were before humans? The Neanderthals. They probably, somebody killed a mammoth and it fell on, that guy's property. And that's where it started. I guarantee you that's what happened. It was before pre-human. I bet you they were fighting there then. Actually, no, Dave. You know what? I bet they weren't. I bet the Neanderthals were peaceful and us human beings fucked it all up. I bet you it's our fault. But anyway, yes, Afghanistan's a bad place. The killings and brutality have reached new heights as recent as 2020. And there's been a new group that claims some of the deadliest attacks, mostly on civilian and urban centers. And it is a offshoot of the Taliban. And they are actually claiming they're taking credit for it. So it isn't speculation. They're taking credit for it. So don't go to Afghanistan. Don't say hello to the Taliban. Don't buy, like when they're out front of the supermarket selling candy bars, don't buy anything from them. And you'll be all right. So Afghanistan, number 6. Oh, boy. Now, I've always wanted to go into number 5. But as of recent, I understand why it is not a very good place to go to. And David, number 5 is none other than Tijuana, Mexico. Now, I understand why, but it sucks because Tijuana is such a cool place. Don't you think?
From what I've heard, it does sound very cool. A lot of different activities, shows you can go to.
It has. Well, it says it is home to many experiences of the Mexican everyday culture, including nightlife, calm bars, spicy food, and hotels add an elegance to it. But the city is known for the real risk, and that is the initiative made by the State Department based on the increasing violent crime rate. And although it has forever been a safe location, the circumstances have changed, and Tijuana has become a crime point after the Juarez cartel has gotten more prominent in the area. So the drug cartel has kind of ruined the whole touristy Mexican experience for people right across the border. So you can't go over and have tacos and a bunch of beers and come home. You're going to get abducted. So they're killed. So welcome to Mexico. That sucks. I kind of wanted to go. I'm pretty upset about that. What do you think, Dave?
Oh no, I agree with you. been to different little places in Mexico. Tijuana's one I haven't been to, but I've again you hear like everything. At least growing up, you hear about going to Tijuana and the things that they offer, and just having like fun, like a fun night out.
Yeah.
But now it just seems like you'll have fun, but you take a chance whether or not if that's gonna be your last night of fun or not.
Exactly. And it sucks because, like I said, I've known people, older people that have told me, like in the past, like, 35, 40 years ago that have went. They said it was absolutely amazing. People were wonderful. There was it had regular crime that any urban place would have, but it wasn't like, you didn't walk down the street and worry about getting snatched or robbed or anything like that. Like now it's like, they find out that you're from the United States. I mean, you're a ransom note now, So that's awful. One way I could guarantee you that you won't get abducted, robbed, shot, or otherwise harassed is if you wear a commemorative 1986 World Series Mets jersey or like a T-shirt depicting thereof. They'll stay so far away from you. You think COVID had social distancing? I mean, these cartel people won't even touch you with a Mets jersey on. So we know that Bunker and Faraci are safe. So
yeah, them, and if you wear a Pete Alonso jersey, same thing.
oh, I love it.
They're gonna be like, this guy doesn't have any friends, any family. Look what he's wearing. He's wearing a Pete Alonso jersey.
Pete Alonso. What the hell? What the? Come on.
No one will let him out of the house like that if he had real friends and family.
No, nobody would. Come on, Pete Alonso, give me a break. Dave, that's like a given. Okay, so let's we'll get this cooking here. Number 4, Yemen. Yemen, because of the continual attacks, assassinations, and random bombings, Yemen is number 4 on the list, and it serves as a battleground for a global proxy war. Now, I'm not even going to pretend I understand what that means because I don't, because I think it's probably just made up to make some newscaster sound smart, or a reporter, or a journalist, or someone like that. Anyway, it's not me. I can make up something way funnier than that. For its unique design, the ancient town of Sana'a has a distinctive architectural element and is one of the tourist spots of the Middle East. Have to look that one up on Yelp. But it's also renowned as one of the world's most politically volatile locations you'll ever be able to stay in. Oh, gee, thanks. That's just what I wanted to hear. And the State Department advises people not to travel to this region. You don't say. You don't say. Well, Middle East, assassinations, volatile location. Oh, I don't know, honey. I heard the Zagats guide said that restaurant was good. Oh, come on. No, thank you. Number 3, Dave. Number 3 is, here we go, back into our neighbor to the south. And it's awful because, okay, Mexico is a beautiful place. Let's just get that out of the way. Mexico is a wonderful place, has wonderful food. Really, really interesting culture because I happen to be fascinated with the Aztecs, the Incas, and the pyramids and the lost cities in the jungles are really, really cool. They're really neat, and if you really dive into that, it's really, really interesting culture. But Los Cabos, Mexico, is a resort town, but for the last 5 years has been profoundly accrued with a number of killings, and the town has become the world's #1 dangerous city by murder rate. So there's more murder. The rate of murder is higher in Los Cabos than anywhere else in the world. And I kind of think that's a bullshit, demographic or statistic, because you could really, like, if there was like a census designated area somewhere in like Vermont where there's like 8 people and 1 person got killed, be like, whoa, my God, out of 8 people, 1 of them died. So come on. Now, I mean, I'm sure it's dangerous, and I'm not saying it's not, because here we go again. Number of killings have skyrocketed because of, take a wild guess, cartel activity, gang violence, and usually the gangs are controlled by the cartel. So that sucks that a beautiful beach town, I can't just go and put on my swim trunks that I wear at night for pajamas that my girlfriend hates and relax, and really, you're going to keep me away from Mexico? I'm not, I'm going. I'm in. So anyway, that's number, and it's too bad, but it is true. So please use caution if you do travel to Mexico. Bunker and Faraci, use your own discretion. Number 2, Dave, we're getting down to the top 2 now. And number 2 is bad. Number 2 is, I'm not even going to pretend it's not. Damascus, Syria, not Damascus, New York, where there's more garages than people. This is the center of the Syrian conflict, which everybody knows is in civil war, and is, there's Muslim, different sects of Muslims that are infighting, and it's an awful thing going on over there right now, and it is definitely not a safe place to be. Dave, as I look at this picture, I don't know if you're looking at it too, but it just shows like utter chaos, and like after a bombing, I'm assuming, because there's just shit everywhere, and like storefronts blown out. It's too bad. It's too bad that this shit has to happen. And this is what gives it, like, for the uneducated, indoctrinated people that choose not to have a broader view, this is what gives them a bad look at like different cultures. And they think that's why they get scared. And that's why they see, look at that, So you're going to chastise this guy for wanting to come here after fucking living in something like that. No, come here and live, man. And be at peace finally. Like, I don't want that guy to fucking live there. Look at that crutch. Who made that? Come on. That's terrible. That's no way to live. That's no way to live. And if somebody living there wanted to come here, because 99% of the people aren't bad. Okay? So let them come here. Let them have a better life. How do you know they're not going to make our life better? Contribute somehow. None of us here except the Native Americans are indigenous or native. We're all technically the same. So, I'm just making a general assessment of something like this in accordance to people that want to come here. You know what I mean? The whole immigration thing. I'm trying to relate it to people so they understand a little better, because putting your hand on that is before you understand it. Like you shouldn't judge it before you understand it, because everybody deserves a fair shot. Everybody deserves a shot. But it's not fair. And what I'm saying is, coming from a place like that, or Los Cabos or Juarez or wherever, why the hell wouldn't you want to come here? I mean, you know what I mean? It's like they just want to be safe. We have plenty
to live and walk down the street without wondering, am I gonna make it back home? Am I gonna make it to my next destination?
Yeah, that whole block was gone, man. That whole city block was gone. That's no way to live. That's terrible. But anyway, Dave, I don't have time for a drum roll, so I'm just going to go right into it. We are at the number 1, and I'm surprised at this. I am extremely surprised at this. I'm not surprised it's on the list, but I'm surprised it's number 1. Dave, the most dangerous place in the entire world right now is Venezuela. Venezuela. Did you see that coming?
I did. I wasn't sure if it was going to be number 1. Like I said, I think Syria for a very, very long time has been holding that spot. But with everything that's been happening with Venezuela, I'm not surprised. I was thinking 1-2 at least. And well, for the past year, yeah, it makes complete and utter sense why they are number 1.
It's funny. This slipped my mind. I was actually thinking I was definitely thinking Syria, and I was thinking Middle East, but I didn't think Venezuela was going to be the most dangerous place. I thought I honestly didn't know, but I'm very, very surprised at this. But it all started after the Socialist Democratic candidate Hugo Chavez won his first term in '99, and with all social democracy, citizens were initially unhappy. Venezuela's economy started to go down. Pardon me, his successor, who took over the control, precipitated Venezuela's economic downfall, and that ignited an economic crisis. And naturally, everything kind of totally collapsed. And now Venezuela is a haven for crime, murder, and theft. And it's so. Dave, in 2017, this is the entire country. Okay, 25% of all Venezuelans were assaulted in one way or another. Wow. That's crazy. That sucks.
1 in 4.
1 in 4 people. So if me, you, Tim, and Jader were walking down the street, one of us was going to get our ass kicked. Probably Ed, but or not Ed, Jader, or who did I say? Me, you, Tim,
Tim and
and
Jader.
Jader. Why did I say Ed? Oh my God. I'm sorry, Ed. I haven't beat
He-
on you in a while. I haven't beat on you in a while, Ed. I'm so sorry. Um, and I don't want to. I don't want to beat on Tim too much. Okay, I'm the one getting my ass kicked. Okay, because my girlfriend doesn't even think I'm tough, and you know what I mean. She thinks I'm like this big cream puff. You know what I mean? So I'll take the hit for you guys. They can beat the shit out of me. You guys get to safety. I'll recover, and like we'll be fine. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, they're the most dangerous places in the world at this very moment. So you don't really at any time soon want to visit there because you're probably going to regret it if you live to get out of it. So that's the list, Dave. What'd you think of it?
A very informative list. Like you said, it's. I think it was like a 50, almost a 50-50, right? Or because he had what, two Mexicos, Venezuela, Brazil. So it was like I think, yeah, the Middle East I think had one more than
You had
than them.
yeah, what Gaza, Syria, Somalia,
Afghanistan,
Afghanistan, Iraq, yeah, and then Venezuela to Mexico, and what am I
Brazil.
forgetting? Brazil. Yep. So, and really,
But
that's
we were on the money with it, or the two areas that popped in our head first.
they were, and like I said, I hate generalizing that and thinking the Middle East, but it's like that's all we've grown up with in the news, even in school. And but it's real, it's dangerous, and it happens. So anyhow, Dave, what point in the show have we reached at this moment?
We have reached everyone's favorite time in this show, and that is where we test Arick's noggin.
Woo! It's time. I feel the rhythm, I feel the rhyme. Dave, hit me hard, hit me high, hit me low, because I'm ready to go.
All right, so today, being that we just did the top 10 most dangerous places in the world, decided to test your noggin with a little bit something related, but in a funner side to it. So I am going to give you, again, like as always, two options. You're going to tell me which one you think is the correct one, and then I will tell you after. And what you're going to be guessing today is whether or not, or which one is the real town name.
Oh, the
And
real
we're
town name.
yes, and it's strictly US because I was not going to be giving you, some street in Yemen that I probably wasn't going to be able to pronounce, and it was going to look really bad. So strictly US, we'll do 10 and hope that you can pull a victory out this week. And as always, the audience, you guys are more than welcome to participate
Give us a
and
hand.
help
Give me
Eric
a
out
hand.
too.
Yes, give me a hand. Help me. Help me. Help. I'm terrible at this. Help me. Okay. Anyway, Dave, I am ready when you are. My senses are fine tuned. I'm ready to go. I've had my honey. I've. Let's do it.
All right. So first one is, let me know which is the real town name. Is it Funk, Wisconsin, or Disco, Wisconsin?
Funk, Wisconsin, or Disco, Wisconsin?
Correct.
I'm going to say Funk, Wisconsin. Final answer.
Final answer, Funk. The correct name of this unusual town is called Disco, Wisconsin.
You got to be shitting me. Disco, Wisconsin? Is it a
Disco.
new? Is it a new town?
No, I don't believe so, but it is 8 miles west, west of Black River Falls.
You got to be goddamn kidding me. Disco, Wisconsin is a real place. Oh Christ. I'm gonna be doing terrible at this. Oh boy. Bring it though, Dave. I feel redemption. I am Arick the Redeemer. I'm not.
All right. Next up, we have. Oh, look, Sam thought Funk too.
Oh, Sam, we're doing terrible.
All right, 0-1. Next up, we have either White Pigeon, Michigan, or White Flamingo, Michigan.
I'm gonna go White Pigeon. Final answer.
Final answer?
Final answer.
The correct name of this town is called White Pigeon, Michigan.
Woo! 1-1.
Right there, you're back at it. You're back in the game.
Oh man, I feel it. I tell you, I feel like I'm gonna win today. I feel like a winner already. I feel like I'm gonna get a participation trophy no matter what.
All right. Next up, we have. Hold on. This is not the one I was looking for.
Not the one you were looking for. I have a foot bag. It's a hacky sack.
All right. You ready for number 3?
I'm ready.
All right. Are we looking at Santa's Kingdom, Massachusetts? Or are we looking at Satan's Kingdom, Massachusetts?
Santa's kingdom or Satan's kingdom? As much as I want Satan's kingdom to be real and want to live there, I think it's Santa's Kingdom, Massachusetts.
Final answer?
Final answer.
The correct name of this town in Massachusetts is called, should have gone with your gut, Satan's Kingdom.
Oh, no.
Yep, should have gone with your gut there. Satan's Kingdom,
God
Massachusetts.
damn. Hey, wait a minute, Dave. We got to pause a minute. Do you see something named down there? Am I seeing things over here down at the bottom? Is there something over there? Tim Tabala. What's up, Timmy? Timmy.
And yes, that is me.
That's not a robot yet.
And I'm better than ever.
Better than
Face
ever.
Facts.
It's real. You can see him. Tim, please stay on and help me with this. I'm shitting the literal bed over here. Okay, like I've got what one right?
You are 1-2 right now.
I'm 1-2. Tim, you got to help me get to 500 here. Sam, you too. Come on, give me some. I need some help. Dave, I'm ready. Hit me.
All right. Next up, let me make sure that I think it's this one. Yes, it is. All right. Is the name of this town Mistake, Maryland, or is it Accident, Maryland?
It's got to be Mistake, Maryland. It has to be. Has to be. Final answer, Mistake.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right. The name of this town was a mistake for you. It is Accident, Maryland.
God damn it.
And the boss had it.
The boss had it too.
Oh, so did Sam.
So did Sam. I should have waited. I'm gonna use my my at-home player next time. I think I'm answering too fast. I think I'm like too. I've had too many of these things already. So 1-4. Wow, I've got to catch the hell up, Dave, or I'm gonna suck. Oh my God. I might as well move to Somalia if I lose.
All right, so now you're 1-4.
1-4.
Halfway through. You got to catch up here.
I'm oming home. I have my lifelines. I got Sam. I got Steve. I got Tim. Everybody, come on. I need help. I'm calling out to the world. I don't have. I have this. Here's my tinfoil hat. Okay, Dave. I'm ready. Hit me.
All right. Is the name of this next town called Heaven, Kentucky, or Hell for Certain, Kentucky?
Heaven, Kentucky,
Or
hell?
for Certain, Kentucky.
Hell for certain, Kentucky. It's got to be hell for certain. What? I don't know. Hold on. Where am I? Where am I? Okay, so we got one hell, and we got two hells.
Or
I
we got,
guarantee it's
Steve.
Steve. Well,
Oh, no, it's split.
Sam's throwing a monkey wrench in this. God damn it! You know what? My first gut was hell. I'll go with Steve this time. Hell for certain, and I'm certain that's my final answer.
All right. This town is also known as Dry Hill, and it is none other than Hell for Certain, Kentucky.
Hallelujah! It's hell.
I was
Thanks,
hoping that you
boss.
went with. I was hoping you went with your gut on that one.
Yeah, and when the boss threw hell up, I was like, "Shit, I gotta agree," because we were bashing the Yankees earlier. We had like a solidarity moment there. It was good. So, all right, Dave. So I'm climbing. I'm 2-3, right, or 2-4?
2 and 4,
2-4.
and all right. Next up, we're going to the northeast. No, northwest. I'm sorry.
Northwest.
And is this town called Santa, Idaho, or is it called Claus, Idaho?
Santa, Idaho, or Klaus, Idaho. Santa or Klaus? Something is. I was thinking that too, boss. Santa, because if Satan, Massachusetts is real, then there's got to be a Santa. And you know, why not be in Idaho anyway? It's dry. Nobody talks. It's full of potatoes, so everybody's constipated. Yeah, Santa, Ohio. That's the only thing that brings them joy. Or Idaho. That's the only thing that probably brings them joy.
That and potatoes. Come on,
And potatoes,
capital
yes.
potatoes.
Au gratin, sour cream, little bacon. So, but Santa, final answer.
All right. With the name of this town is called Santa, Idaho.
Oh, Arick, the Redeemer, is back. 3-4, right?
3 and 4. Yes, you're on a streak now.
Oh, we were hot. We are hot. We are hot. You hear constipation, you think so. I do. Steve, think about all the fudge that man has to eat. Okay? And you tell me why you don't think of like constipation and Miralax when Santa comes to mind. So and you know that fat bastard eats so much fudge. I mean, he probably does this shit for a week. Give me a break. Poor Santa. You got a big beard. I mean, oh, come on.
All right. You ready for this next one?
I'm ready, Dave.
All right. Let's try to keep the streak going. Next up, we have either Red Ball, Delaware, or Blue Ball, Delaware.
Red Ball, Delaware, or Blue Ball, Delaware?
Correct.
Red Ball, Delaware, or Blue Ball, Delaware? You know what? I'm just going to say it. It's got to be blue ball because if it's not, it should be. It's got to be. Nobody wants to go to red ball. Uh, uh, Idaho. Where are we now? Delaware. Yeah, nobody lives in Delaware, so it's got to be. They have to be. If it's not blue ball, they're doing it right. Exactly, boss. Exactly. We're going blue ball. Old blue balls. We're going blue balls.
All right, blue ball, final answer.
Final answer.
The correct name of this town is none other than Blue Ball, Delaware.
Oh my God! Did I just go to 500?
You are at 4-4.
Oh, I'm batting four. I'm batting 500 now. I'm ready. Oh, Roberto Clemente, bless me with your hitting and your skill. Give it to me.
Are you ready?
I am ready. I'm ready.
All right. Next up. Hold on. May blue ball not be in your future? Yes.
And they cut the come on, show them that next one. You have to. They cut the that's why it's blue ball, Steve. Not blue balls. Otherwise, it wouldn't be me.
All right, next up, we have either Perroville, Connecticut, or Hazardville, Connecticut.
Repeat that.
We either have Perroville, Connecticut,
Perrilville,
or Hazardville, Connecticut.
Hazardville, Connecticut. So Perrilville, Connecticut, or Hazardville, Connecticut. I wonder which one is which. Hazardville or Perrilville? Something tells me gotta be yeah, Hazard's where the Duke boys live. And most people that, aren't rich white tennis players are in peril in Connecticut. So it's got to be Perrilville. Let's go with Perrilville. You know what? I'm going all the way out on the dock of the Long Island Sound on the Connecticut side in New Haven. Sam says Hazardville.
Yep.
Fuck. I'm going Perrilville. I have to. I said it. I feel it. I think it's Perrilville.
Oh, look. Apparently, the boss knows it. He just doesn't want to give you the answer.
Well, I'm going to take a shot. I'm rolling the dice. Perrilville.
All right. The correct name of this town in Connecticut is none other than Hazardville.
Fuck me. How the hell did I get that? Sam, damn it. I should have listened to you, Sam. And you know what Sam's going to tell me next time I see him? Because it isn't just this. He goes, you never listen to me. And he's right, because every time he tells me something and I go and do whatever the hell I feel like doing, he ends up right, and I end up saying, I'm sorry, Sam, you were fucking right, and I was wrong, and I should have listened to you. God damn it. So I'm 4-5, and I got one more.
That is correct.
Oh, boys.
You get this one, you're over 500, and then we'll go to a tiebreaker.
Boys, I need everything. I need all of it. Damn it. Yeah, see, look, he's already doing it. Told you. Okay. Dave, I've never been more confident. I've never felt better. I'm ready, and I'm going to redeem myself. Let's do it.
Next up, which would be the final one. You need this one. We are looking at, and it's fitting, because the initials of this particular state are your initials. So hopefully there's some relation. We're looking
Maybe
at Arizona right now.
maybe I can correlate some kind of connection. Let's do it.
Exactly. So, is the name of this town in Arizona called something Arizona or nothing Arizona?
Something Arizona or nothing Arizona.
Correct.
Ooh. Because both would be absolutely sick names for towns. I'm going to itch a little bit. Let's be positive here. That was my first thought, boss, was something. Because I think nothing's somewhere else. I think that's in Texas. You know what? I'm going to take something from you, and I'm feeling it.
Look,
Oh no, Sam.
wait, again, you're the 50-50.
I got the 50-50 here.
Boss
Two
says
guys.
something. The boss says something. Sam says nothing.
My gut was something.
Your gut
Sam
was
says
also Perroville.
Sam says nothing. You know what? I'm going to go with Sam on this one. I bet it's nothing Arizona. Final answer. Nothing Arizona.
All right. The name of this lovely town in Arizona is called Nothing.
Yes! Sam came through. Sam, I knew I should have listened to you. Oh, Dave, did that put me at 5-5?
That puts you at 5-5.
Oh, boss, I'm sorry. I wanted to say something, but instead I said nothing. Anyway, Dave, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for the tiebreaker. I'm going to win this goddamn thing. We're going to set a record here on the A2Z program.
All right, this next one should hit a little bit close to home. I didn't want to make it too, because there's one in here that I saw and I was like, I feel like if I give him that one, it's going to be a gimme. So we'll do it after.
Okay.
It will not count. But this one is still a little close to home, so I'm giving you a chance. Oh, look. Sam said he lived 5 miles from there.
No
So
shit,
nothing.
Sam. So Sam, no. Oh, so Sam was there. Sam knew it.
Yep.
Wow. No shit.
So then this next one. Is it Assville, New Jersey, or Buttsville, New Jersey?
Assville, New Jersey, or Buttsville, New Jersey.
Yep.
It's fitting for either. You know what? I'm going to say Assville. What do you guys think? Before I make my final answer on the sudden death. Boss, is it Assville? Sam, what do you think? Is it Assville?
The clean version.
Buttsville? Buttsville?
Sam says Butts too.
I got two Buttsvilles, and you know what?
And
Both of these
your gut was saying ass though.
My gut was saying ass, but both of these guys haven't led me wrong. One only led me wrong once, and the rest of the time I went with either whatever they said, they were right. Now I have a conjunction. They've united.
We just need Bunker in there for them to be a trio.
Oh my God, that would be like the hat trick. Mario Lemieux. You know what? All or nothing. AEW, double or nothing. Kenny Omega, shine down on me. Buttsville, final answer.
Final Final answer, Buttsville?
Final answer, Buttsville.
The correct answer of this lovely New Jersey town is called Buttsville, New Jersey.
Oh, yeah. Woo. So, Dave.
I don't know where this I've never heard of Buttsville.
Did I actually win today?
But you did. You finally got your first victory.
My
in
first
testing Arick's noggin.
Dave, 25 episodes. And I finally get my first victory on testing my noggin. That does not speak well to the credibility to my intellect or my guessing prowess. Either one. I'm shitty, but I'm coming back. Now you had a little one you wanted to just a non-title bout here. What was that one?
This one was well. Before we start, want to say hi to Harley tuning in.
Harley,
now.
Hello, Harley. Good to see you. Your shirt's coming soon. They're being made as we speak. You and Sam both were winners, and I got the shirts being made. It's going to be probably 3-4 weeks yet, but they are being made. You're getting a pink A2Z, Harley, and Sam is getting a Pop Culture Pro signed by all of us. That's going to take a little time, Sam, but Sam's also getting an A2Z program shirt. So, but your shirts are in production, and they will be sent out to you within the summer.
All right. So then the one that I was originally going to use as a tiebreaker, but thought, you know what? I know he's not going to want to win on a gimme. So it was this one. It was going to be, which one is this? It's a town in New York. And is it Horseheads, New York, or Pig's Feet, New York?
Yeah. If this was the one that was the tiebreaker, I definitely would have won because Horseheads, New York is actually about an hour away on 17 West. And it's right it's in the southern tier area. It's like I said, it's hour and 10 minutes away, maybe. It's right on 17 with the highway that runs right by Deposit. So it's definitely Horseheads. Not that there isn't a Pig's Feet somewhere, but it's definitely Horseheads, New York.
That is correct. Horsehead. I was like, I know he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it if I give him this one.
And I probably wouldn't have if I wasn't that close, because actually, the Pepsi plant. Yeah, Sam knew it was Horsehead. See, right off, Sam knew. The Pepsi plant that delivers to all the area around here is out of like Horseheads, Big Flats, nice. Horseheads. Yeah. So, but I knew that before that anyway, because like I said, it's in close proximity of where I live in Binghamton. It's like 45 minutes, hour from Binghamton. So not far.
Exactly. But, so like I said, I felt like it was going to be a gimme because I'm like, I feel like he's going to know obscure, weird town names in New York. Like
yeah.
He's going to know it. That's why I was like, okay, let me throw him in New Jersey because I feel like there he might, not know all of them.
Sweet. Oh, Harley, can't wait for the shirt. Good. I'm glad. And you're going back to Cobleskill in the fall in August. Good. You got both COVID vaccines in order with 10-person classes. Good for you. Good for you. An in-person class is going to be such a different experience. I'm glad you're doing it. I'm happy that the schools are going to be doing this stuff because, like, the younger kids are going to be able to get it, and they're going to have bigger classes and more in-class learning and more sports, more spectators, and that means more athletes for us to argue about on Pop Culture Pros. Dave, we're going to have to wind up because coming up immediately after us is Granny's Peach Tea, a special Monday night edition of Granny's Peach Tea. Ed and the guys are coming back.
Sunday night.
Or what did I say?
Monday night.
Is it Sunday? It's Sunday. It's Sunday night edition of Granny's Peach Tea. Yeah, because we're on Sundays and we're on right now. Is coming up tonight. So join Ed and the guys. I want to thank everybody. First of all, I want to thank the man to my right here. Actually, it's my left, your right, David. David, thank you for being here. Thank you for being the greatest producer in the history of the world. And by the way, for all of you out there, we're going to have some pretty big, cool guests coming up. We're going to have Luke coming back to talk about the festival. We're going to have some professors coming on to speak about things that are beyond our vast knowledge and general thinking. We're going to have some fun people that involved in wrestling and other sports. So this is going to be a great summer. We're going to have a lot of cool guests, collectors, everything, nerds, you name it. They're going to be on here. It's going to be fun. I encourage everybody to follow us. I encourage everybody to follow Pop Culture. Friend me on Facebook, friend Dave on Facebook. If you don't know who we are, what we do, we're the A2Z Program. We're also co-hosts of the Just Too Sweet show, which airs Tuesday night, and that's your one-stop wrestling destination. Dave, we talked about a little bit of the dark side of the ring and maybe a little bit of the bios last week. We're going to do more tag teams that the Peacock had the top 50. And they did 50 through 36 or so, or 26?
Yeah,
I can't remember what they did.
I haven't caught up on it yet. Just like I haven't watched one Dark Side of the Ring. I've been really bad on it. And from the biographies, the only one I haven't seen is Brett. But I know tonight, which I actually forgot to put to record, they were doing a 2 hour of the most wanted treasures, and I believe they were going to be going after like Andre the Giant memorabilia or things like that.
Holy shit. Wow, that should be a good one to watch. But, Dave, I encourage you, if you don't watch any Dark Side of the Ring, watch The Ultimate Warrior.
Okay, no, I was thinking of the bios. Okay, Ultimate Warrior.
Watch Becoming Warrior. Watch The Dynamite Kid. It's great. And wear a pink shirt, drink caffeine, and like have smiley faces all over your room before you watch Grizzly Smith.
I heard you guys talking about it last week, and just from what you guys were saying, I was just like, holy crap, what was this episode?
Dude, he was one of the most fucking despicable human beings that have ever walked the face of the fucking earth. How no one slit his throat in his sleep is beyond me. I would have killed the bastard. And I'm just saying that right now. I would have killed the son of a bitch. But he got slipped through the cracks, and his family's all fucked up. I don't want to ruin it for you, Dave, but that asshole, fuck him. Grizzly Smith sucks. But anyway, that's coming up. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about some more Dark Side, maybe some bio, and like you said, some treasures on Tuesday. But we're going to hand the reins over to Ed right now. We want to thank you for watching. We want to thank you for being here. Thanks for all the guys, all the help on the quiz. Join us here every Sunday night, 6-ish, usually when we get things going. Sometimes it might be earlier, sometimes it might be a little later, but we try to keep it paced and keep it real for you. So, for producer Dave, right over here, I'm AZ. Thanks for tuning into the A2Z program. We will be back next week with more top 10, more funny shit, and more nonsense. And Steve Faraci, you don't believe in a good Lord, so that's a nod to me. You actually are secretly my biggest fan. I know that. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Here I am. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Granny's Peach Tea's coming up next. Dave, thank you. Let's get out of here, Dave, and let's let Ed come in here right now.
Have a good one.
Good night, everybody.